afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Charlotte Deleste in for Susan Simon, who's off. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday. Beautiful weekend.
It looks like it's going to be. We'll get to the weather in a second, but first, there's breaking news to start the show today. Madison detectives are looking into an afternoon shooting on the city's east side. We'll tell you what we know.
Plus, some people are still waiting on pandemic unemployment checks. Jamie Perez introduces us to a woman who says she's been waiting for months.
And the U.S. Postmaster General goes before a Senate hearing today, how he's defending his actions amid extensive scrutiny. We start with breaking news on Madison's east side, where 2 people have been shot and taken to the hospital. Detectives have been at the scene this afternoon near the intersection of Oak Street and Commercial Avenue. That's about a block away from McCormick Park. News 3's now Adam Dexter is live there now with what we know right now. Adam?
Yeah, Mark and Charlotte, the scene is cleared as in within the last 10 minutes or so, but police say shortly after 1:15 today, 2 cars started chasing after one another, eventually ending up here in the 2800 block of Commercial Drive. That's when they say from a dark sedan started shooting at a light-colored SUV that backed up and ended up right in this townhouse along the 2800 block of Commercial Avenue. And that's when police say those 3 people inside that SUV ran and got into a house they think might belong to friends or family just blocks away on Coolidge Street. Now, but as for that dark sedan, that made it away from the scene and hasn't been seen since. A police lieutenant we spoke to just moments ago says he feels the city is in a dangerous state.
It's dangerous. I tell my friends and family I'll be flat out. And they're supposed to give an opinion. It is dangerous. I drive, even as a cop, when I drive in Madison, where I am a lot, my head is on a swivel because there's so much gunfire, and there hasn't been as much accountability the last couple months.
Now, as for the 3 people who were inside the SUV that backed into this townhouse here on Commercial Ave, police say 2 of them had gunshot wounds but are expected to recover. Now, police say they're working to figure out details about that dark-colored sedan that they're still looking for as they're trying to figure out details about who might have been inside, but they're trying to solidify those details before they can name a suspect. Today, they say they're just glad no innocent people or any bystanders were hurt or injured in the shooting.
All right, Adam Dexter reporting live from the east side of Madison. Thank you. Let's take a look outside. Beautiful afternoon. Great place to be by the lakes, I think, for the next few days. It's heating up, and next week, and Aaron White's in the backyard weather patio. Nice day today, but it's getting a little warmer.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's beautiful out here. We have plenty of sunshine, just a few clouds passing on through today as we look live over Madison right now. A lot of people are out on the lake. Like I said, it's a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures are up into the 80s now, 83 degrees, and just a light southwest wind about 9 miles per hour, and that's going to kind of be the trend going through this evening. Temperatures will be cooling down as we go into the 70s later on this evening. We will keep the clear skies in place this evening and for tonight as we drop back down into the lower 60s, but it should be a great weekend if you want to head out on any of the area lakes tomorrow or Sunday. Now, we are looking at the chance for maybe a few thunderstorms coming in Saturday night, but the day should be okay. High around 87 degrees. Could see a stray storm as we go into Sunday afternoon, but again, the better chance of storms is going to be overnight Saturday night into early Sunday morning, so the day should be okay. And as we look at traffic across the area, we do have a bit of a slowdown on the eastbound belt line. Speeds are down to about 27 miles per hour, and it's about a 2.5 to 3 mile backup on the eastbound lanes, just about between John Nolan and Stoughton Road, but hopefully that's going to be clearing up here in about the next 20 to 30 minutes. A few slowdowns in downtown as well. And also, we are seeing a few more slowdowns on Fish Hatchery down to about 30 miles per hour or so. And if you are heading down to Janesville this afternoon, should take you about 25 minutes. And that's a look at your first warn traffic.
Thank you very much, Aaron. There are still more than 600,000 people waiting for unemployment benefits. Many have been waiting for nearly 5 months, wondering when and if they will ever get the help they need.
Our Jamie Perez joins us live in front of the DWD building with an update on the unemployment numbers. Jamie.
The DWD still has about 12% of the total number of claims to respond to. Now, the longer that they wait, the longer families are waiting and wondering where their next meal is going to come from and where their monthly bills are going to get paid from. Now, according to the DWD website, more than 490,000 claimants have been paid more than $3.42 billion since March 15th, and that's out of more than 5 million total weekly claims. While some people can get by without a paycheck for several months while they wait, that's definitely not the case for those who live paycheck to paycheck. The longer they're put on holds with no answers in sight, the more concerns it causes for them, especially families with kids to worry about.
Nothing has happened. I've called and talked to numerous people numerous different times, and they're like, yeah, we have everything we need. And I was like, okay, well, then what's going on? I was like, it's almost September now. And they're like, you're just in limbo. We don't know. And I was like, how is this fair? It's supposed to help us during this pandemic, and it's doing nothing.
And she is certainly not alone in her experience. Samantha Scaife said she had 5 kids to try to feed every day and constantly has to juggle which of her bills is going to get paid every month. Coming up tonight at 5, I'm going to share more of her story and what she has to go through, what she's had to go through over the past 5 months.
All right, Jamie Perez reporting live. We'll see you at 5. More than 700 people in Wisconsin have tested positive for COVID-19 since yesterday. That's one of the higher daily case counts in the state as seen in recent days, but still lower than yesterday's. Sadly, 2 more people have died in Wisconsin. There is good news locally related to COVID-19. Officials at Unity Point Health Meriters, they have discharged their 150th coronavirus patient. Donald Keller of Baraboo went home yesterday afternoon after beating the virus. Every day since March 16th, Meritor Hospital has had at least 1 patient dealing with COVID-19. Meritor doctors say they've come a long way since the beginning of the pandemic and have developed some promising ways to treat the disease.
Governor Tony Evers once again joining with state health officials to provide updates on the state's response to COVID-19. The governor spent this afternoon addressing the challenges that lay ahead as students return to school.
I want to be clear. I know this isn't easy, not for parents like my own kids, our educators, school staff, and administrators, and especially not for our students.
Governor Evers is encouraging school districts, teachers, families to review and follow the State Department of Health Services guidance on returning to school. He says the health and safety of all students is critical to beating the virus.
Madison police are looking for suspects after a girl says a group of teenagers robbed her at gunpoint. Officers on the west side say around 10:30 last night, they're called out to the 1400 block of Teresa Terrace, that's near Hammersley Road. The girl told police she was standing outside of her home when a white SUV stopped in front of her. 3 teenagers got out of the vehicle and one of them allegedly pointed a gun at her. Police say they stole the girl's cell phone and then got back into the SUV and drove off. Anyone with information about the incident asked to call the Madison Area Crime Stoppers at the number at the bottom of your screen. 26-year-old Marquand Clark is charged with 2 felony counts of criminal damage to property for allegedly tearing down 2 statues outside of the state capitol in June. Clark was allegedly among a group of protesters who tore down the statue representing Wisconsin's motto of Forward and one of Colonel Hans Christian Haig. Investigators also believe he was the man who threw a Molotov cocktail into the city-county building later that night. He's facing a fine of up to $10,000 or up to 3.5 years in prison for each charge.
The U.S. Postmaster General took the hot seat today in a virtual Senate hearing. The hearing comes as the Trump administration has come under fire for changes to the financially strapped Postal Service, with the nation months out from a general election that could rely heavily on mail-in voting. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy acknowledged a recent slowdown in mail delivery, but assured members of the Senate Homeland Security Committee Friday that his agency is committed and fully capable of processing election mail on time.
We will scour every plant today, each night leading up to Election Day.
DeJoy's 2 months on the job have been marred by controversy after he implemented then recently suspended changes. Some including curtailing postal worker overtime, the removal of blue mailboxes, and a reduction in large mail sorting machines.
The man known as the Golden State Killer will spend the rest of his life in prison. He apologized before a judge in Sacramento who sentenced him to multiple life in prison terms without the possibility of parole. Joseph James D'Angelo pleaded guilty in June to 13 murders and 13 rape-related charges to avoid the death penalty. He also admitted to dozens of attacks and sexual assaults across 11 counties. D'Angelo, a former police officer, terrorized California residents from 1975 to 1986. He evaded arrest until 2018, when new DNA testing techniques helped track him down. Friday's sentencing followed several days of victim impact statements.
He's a selfish, sadistic, calculating, cruel, pathetic piece of scum.
Victims have asked that D'Angelo be sent to the toughest prison term possible, with no considerations made for his advanced age. Lori Loughlin wiped away tears and said she was deeply sorry for her role in the college admissions scam before a federal judge in Boston sentenced her to serve 2 months in prison. Earlier in the same day, the judge sentenced her husband to 5 months in prison for his role in the bribery scandal. Their decision to plead guilty to conspiracy charges for paying $500,000 to get their daughters admitted to the University of Southern California as crew recruits came in late May, shortly after the judge rejected their bid to dismiss the case. Laughlin's plea deal that the judge accepted calls for 2 months in prison, a $150,000 fine, and 100 hours of community service. The couple could have faced 20 years in prison under the conspiracy charges. Well, still to come at 4, if you love peaches, this is the best time of the year.
I just had one. It is chin dripping season, and nutritionist Donna Wyhoffen has some peachy recipes for us when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $346 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meredith, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
To fix the economy, we have to get control over the virus. I'm releasing a plan to save lives in the months ahead. We need increased federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites. We absolutely need a clear message from the very top of our federal government that everyone needs to wear a mask in public. Every single frontline worker should have the personal protective equipment that they need to be safe. We need to support schools and child care programs so parents, if and when they can return to work, are confident that their children will be safe and cared for. And finally, we need to protect the populations most at risk, our seniors, vulnerable populations with pre-existing conditions. We need real plans, real guidelines with uniform nationwide standards. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike. When their growing family meant growing expenses, our agents helped make saving on insurance easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGanno Furniture in Baraboo. What does free mean? No cost, right? We've all seen ads about free things included with your purchase. Free carpet pad or installation with your carpet, free love seat with your sofa, 2 window blinds for the price of 1. But we know better, right? At McGann's, free means free. Free delivery and setup with purchases of $500 or more within 50 miles of Baraboo. Shop McGanno Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $273 per month lease on Nissan Sentra.
Scientists around the world are racing to complete testing of coronavirus vaccines, and we have an inside look at the final phase of development.
In late July, Dr. Victoria Smith became one of the first of 30,000 participants needed for Pfizer's phase 3 vaccine trial. She received her first dose at a medical center in Louisiana. It's a double-blinded study, meaning neither she nor the researchers know whether she received the vaccine or a placebo. CBS News got an exclusive look at a phase 3 trial site. Every week, Pfizer sends them packages of the vaccine and placebo. To be approved by the FDA, a COVID-19 vaccine must prevent or decrease the severity of the disease in at least 50% of vaccinated people.
There's no evidence that the vaccine makes the disease worse at all. So that's really very encouraging.
Dr. Catherine Edwards is on Pfizer's Vaccine Safety Board. Once a week, the 5 members of the committee video chat to carefully look through data for adverse effects, especially serious ones such as hospitalizations. Dr. Edwards says there is no evidence so far the vaccine causes serious reactions, but that mild reactions are common and should not deter anyone from getting vaccinated. Another record-setting day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials gained 190 points, ending the week at 27,930. The NASDAQ was up 46, good enough for a record close. The S&P 500 was up 11, also setting a record high close. Well, if you're in the mood for some chin-dripping peaches, you're in luck.
'Tis the season, and joining us with some fun peach recipes is nutritionist Donna Wyhoffen. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Oh, hello. I do have great peaches. And I want to start out by saying how you ripen peaches, because I buy peaches by the dozen. And when I bought these, they were hard as a rock. And so what am I going to do? You can't use them then. You have to let them sit at room temperature. Do not refrigerate them until they're soft enough and they are really soft and juicy. To hasten the ripening, you can put them in a brown bag, not a plastic bag, and close it for a day, and they should ripen in a day. And even speed it up faster, throw in an apple or a banana, and that speeds it up too.
Really?
So, but you want your peaches ripe. And the first recipe I have is a peach salad, similar to the one I made last time with strawberries, but this also has fresh peaches in it. Fresh peaches and any kind of berries you'd like, and I have blueberries and strawberries, and I like to throw in nuts. And the dressing is what's really unique. It has this traditional olive oil and vinegar, but the sweetener is maple syrup. And the maple syrup is going to give it a special taste. And then pureed in the dressing is a fresh peach and some fresh mint. So that is all pureed in the dressing. So that's really going to enhance this peach dressing.
Oh, wow. Well, that's refreshing, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so this is my dressing. I'll drizzle on top. One of the things that's nice to add to this is cheese. But not everybody likes blue cheese or feta cheese, so I suggest that you pass that at the table so that you don't put cheese on and they say, oh, I don't like my salad.
True.
I love blue cheese.
Yeah, I know I do too, but some people hate it. They just hate it.
All right, what's next?
Okay, to go with the salad, let's go to the muffins. These are bran muffins. This is my friend Mary's recipe for bran muffins. But I made them even better, I think, Mary, because I probably
Mary's not.
So I put in sour cream, and then I chopped up peaches in there and pecans. So peaches, pecans, and sour cream. The bran flakes are your just cereal that's soaked in buttermilk ahead of time. And this batter makes about more than a dozen. And I will guarantee that these are the moistest, best bran muffins you have ever had. So if you think bran muffins are dry, no.
Think again.
Think again, because
Mary/Donna's recipes prove otherwise.
So Mary and I together created this.
Okay.
And the last one is a bread pudding, and it's a bread pudding with peaches and raspberries. And so it's your traditional bread that you cut up and you soak it in eggs and milk. I put a touch of sweetener and a touch of brandy in there too. And you soak that, and then you put peaches and raspberries on top. And then you bake it in the oven. And in the end, you've got this raspberry peach. Really, this is a super moist bread pudding. It's not a dry one. But the best part is the sauce. Oh my gosh.
Is there more brandy in there?
Well, maybe I should put a little Southern comfort in this. This is unbelievable great peach sauce. And so you put that on top. It's so yummy.
What's in it?
Well, the peach sauce is really kind of fun because you don't have to use all fresh lemons. It's nice if you have one or two, but I've experimented, and lemon juice is just fine. So it's lemon juice and sugar and eggs, and you stir that on the stove till it thickens. And instead of all sugar, I really do sometimes use some Splenda, so half Splenda, half sugar to cut down on the calories. And so you cook this on the stove, and then you put it in the refrigerator, and you make this ahead. So you've got salad, muffins, dessert, all made with peaches.
All made with peaches.
All made with peaches.
This is the time of year.
Oh, they are dripping good. Yes,
all right, the recipe's all online at channel3000.com. Donna, thanks for coming out to the patio today.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep, bye.
Bye. There's more at 4. Aaron is standing by with your weekend forecast.
And we'll update the California wildfire situation as the area deals with record heat at the same time. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Baca Enterprises is truly humbled and thankful to all of our employees, residents, families, and vendors for their patience and cooperation.
Our employees have gone above and beyond with sanitation efforts, altering their daily routines, all while spreading joy and happiness throughout our communities.
As you look forward to the future, Tennyson Assisted Living will be here for you.
To provide a sense of security and to provide comfort by keeping you safe and healthy.
Together, we're moving forward to help you live life with confidence. Call today to schedule your tour.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. So go ahead, get lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection. Shop across the Ford lineup, America's best-selling brand. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Choose FlexBuy and get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 bonus cash, or lease one for just $199.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Now open in Fitchburg.
We'll take a look at this. Officials posted crazy video showing a pair of beastly bison coming to blows in Yellowstone National Park. One animal wallops the other with such power it literally lifts it off the ground.
Wow.
Officials say it's mating season and the male bison are particularly aggressive right now. You think? Yeah, what do they weigh?
Wow. I mean, that is amazing. And he's like, okay, I'll just hang it over here.
I'll stay over on this side of the road. I'm good. All right.
A little feisty.
Hoping for some rain this weekend, Aaron.
Yeah, we definitely are. We will see at least a chance of rain coming in as we go into Saturday night, but a better chance will arrive as we head towards the end of the week. I'll have details coming up after the break.
Now,
a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
The Miracle League is coming to Dane County, and we are looking forward to it. The Miracle League is a national organization that helps communities build baseball fields and programs designed specifically for children with disabilities. There are over 300 Miracle Leagues in the country, all locally managed and independently financed. Bill Schultz is the executive director of the Miracle League of Dane County. Schultz gets it. Living with physical disabilities as a child, he experienced firsthand the barriers to playing baseball, a game he loves. The Miracle League removes those barriers, enabling children with disabilities, both physical and cognitive, to play ball, feel included and accepted, and build self-confidence. Schultz is raising money to get the nonprofit up and running on a parcel of land that's been donated in Cottage Grove. He's got a good start, but could use some help. It's a great project. The website is DaneCountyMiracleLeague.org.
The Golf Range and Suites of By10's Golfland provide safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by waitstaff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By10's Golfland.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
But now Joe Biden's taken a sharp left turn. Buckle up for his $4 trillion tax hike. Biden's plan raises taxes on small business, reversing the recovery. He's pledged to eliminate blue-collar oil and gas jobs. And analysts estimate stocks would crash up to 25% if Biden takes the wheel, crushing your retirement.
This is just boom.
Hit the brakes on Biden. He'll wreck our economy. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
By10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By10's Golfland.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. Wildfires raging in Central and Northern California have killed at least 4 people.
The flames fueled by a heat wave and lightning strikes. The orange inferno is encroaching on populated areas and turning neighborhoods into ash. Vacaville, a city of 100,000 people between Sacramento and San Francisco, is one of the hardest hit. The fires have forced tens of thousands of evacuations. Last week, California became the first state to surpass 600,000 coronavirus cases. Residents now trying to avoid contracting and spreading the virus while being forced to congregate in shelters where they are at higher risk. Wildfires in California have caused more death and destruction so far this year than in all of 2019. I know we need the rain, but Aaron, I mean, California can really use that and then some.
And
yeah. Yeah, it's been really bad across much of the West, California, and there's many fires that have actually developed over the last several weeks. And one of the other things is it's been very hot out there. We've seen record temperatures well over 100 degrees. Death Valley, California, last week had a high temperature of 130. So a lot of stuff going on across the West, but you can see a lot of fires burning in California, and that's producing a lot of smoke. And what this means for Wisconsin as we go into next week, a lot of that smoke's going to get picked up by the jet stream, eventually moving into the upper and Midwest, and we may see at least some of that haze, some of that smokiness in the upper atmosphere. Now really going to be here at ground level, so nothing to worry about that way, but it may actually make for some nice sunrises and sunsets going into the middle portion of next week. The other story is the heat out across the West. There's a big upper level ridge that's going to be building to the east going into this weekend and into the middle part of next week. Now, we were thinking that this was going to stay a little bit further south. Now it actually looks like this is going to be building further north. One of the reasons for that is we have two tropical systems that are going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's just pushing everything further north instead of more to the east and south. So that's going to mean more heat as we go into the middle portion of next week. But again, the other story, those two tropical systems, it does look like they are going to eventually become Category 1 hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico going into late this weekend, more into early portion of next week. You can see Tuesday and even on Monday for two tropical systems in the Gulf of Mexico at the same time. Meanwhile, back here at home, nothing to worry about, at least for today. We have a lot of sunshine out there, a great day on the lakes, as temperatures will be cooling off down into the middle to lower 70s later on this evening. Across the area, everyone's pretty much into the 80s right now. We have 84 in Lone Rock, 87 in Boscobel, 84 in Janesville, and 83 degrees in Watertown. As we go through this evening, we'll keep the clear skies in place. That south wind is going to continue overnight tonight. That's going to actually help to bring in a lot more humidity going through the week. And so unfortunately, we're back to that summer heat and humidity as we get more into next week. For tonight, though, enjoy the cool conditions as we see a low down to about 63 degrees. Southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for your day tomorrow, we will see high temperatures back into the upper 80s, high around 87. Partly sunny, southwest wind about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, there is the chance for a few showers and thunderstorms coming in Saturday night into early Sunday. I think we could see another stray storm going into Sunday afternoon, high around 86. But look at those temperatures as we go into next week, 90 on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll be talking about heat indices back into the mid to upper 90s, maybe close to 100 by Wednesday afternoon. So we're not done with it yet.
No.
Great.
Last week of August, right? Yeah, next week. Here we go.
Thank you, Erin.
Well, there is nothing virtual about feeding students. Since many of you may depend on meals school districts provide, we wanted to take a closer look.
Here's News 3 Now this morning's anchor, Chris Stanford.
When Madison Public Schools closed buildings last spring, it started up community meal sites, but we found only a small fraction of families are actually using them.
Jennifer Lampe has free food to give away, breakfast and lunch.
Like helping people, like kids. It's good to feed people, right?
Yet there's no one in line to get it.
It depends on the day. It's a hit and miss.
She works for MMSD Food Service, handing out meals at one of the district's several community pickup locations across the city.
The other side's a little more popular. I'm not sure why this one's not so popular.
Some of the sites can get rather busy, but on this day at this site on the west side, only 3 families came through for lunch.
More than 14,000 MMSD students qualify for the federal free and reduced meal program. After closing schools last spring, we found on average only 10% used the program. That means about 9 in 10 of those students did not get one of these daily lunches. We've been asking the district for a couple of weeks to talk about this issue. We haven't received a clear answer.
So food insecurity was a really big issue even before COVID.
Camilla Martin is a pediatric registered dietitian for UW Health.
For kids, routines are much more important, and regular, more consistent, balance throughout the day, access to healthy foods is crucial for that brain development, their ability to focus in schools.
It does all come down to access. Getting these meals to students requires someone to pick them up. But these days, that's not always easy.
See you later.
The registered dietitian we talked with offered up some advice for parents. On our website in this story, you'll find ways to avoid bad eating habits for your kids and start healthier ones. We're continuing our back-to-school coverage all next week. On Monday, we're looking at the particular struggles facing rural communities when it comes to virtual learning. Leah Lynchide will have that story Monday on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
Chris, thank you. Still ahead at 4, our Michael Bruno will join us to talk about a McFarland native who's made it big time working for a popular TV show.
And tonight at 5, even the start of medical school looks a little different during a pandemic. We'll show you how the University of Wisconsin Med School is...
Sponsored by Clean Lakes Alliance's Lake Forecast Monitoring app.
We decided to have the surgery at Stoughton Hospital because we had just been so pleased with the care that we had received at that point. Being so close to home, why would we go anywhere else?
Our seniors that are being hit the hardest, they're frightened. And I want them to know that their health and safety will be my responsibility if I'm your president. And I'll have from day one, ready to go, the best medical experts and scientists to advise on our response. And I will not abandon you. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Are you one of the 100 million Americans that suffer from chronic pain? Hi there, my name is Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I want you to know about an all-natural product called Cura Relief. With nutrients like boswellia and curcumin, it targets the root of your pain, inflammation. Most people feel a difference in less than 45 minutes. Stop the pain and the drugs naturally with Cura Relief. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com. The Healthy Place.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Tums versus mozzarella stick. When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Chewy Bites. Beat heartburn fast. Tums Chewy Bites.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. We have great deals for everyone.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
We decided to have the surgery at Stoughton Hospital because we had just been so pleased with the care that we had received at that point. Being so close to home, why would we go anywhere else?
Tonight at 5, thousands of Wisconsinites are still waiting for unemployment benefits due to COVID-19. We'll hear from one family who shares the consequences they've faced as a result. That's at 5.
We're talking the weekend forecast and how hot we may get next week in the first warn forecast.
And ahead at 6, a reality check. Amy Reed takes a look back at claims made during this week's Democratic National Convention. We'll have that story for you tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Look at Hollywood Boulevard on this Friday afternoon. Tour bus waiting to go. Got a Hollywood theme here. Oh, still not as busy. No, it's not. There's some people on the Walk of Fame, but not many. Well, several big-name movie theater brands are reopening for business after being shut down for months because of this pandemic. Marcus Theaters in Madison and Sun Prairie will reopen next Friday. The AMC Theater at the Hilldale Mall will open the following week. Moviegoers are getting all the usual sights and sounds and the big screen, but other things look different. Theaters are limiting capacity. AMC is only allowing 30% of seats to be filled. Masks are required. Theaters will be disinfected often, and customers are encouraged to buy their popcorn, candy, and drinks using their phones. Kyle MacLachlan and Ethan Hawke have reunited with their big screen Hamlet director for a new movie about Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla. Rick DiMagella reports.
And that's when we found out I have schizophrenia.
Charlie Plummer stars as a teenager dealing with mental illness in Words on Bathroom Walls.
Some people just hear voices.
Good morning.
But I see mine.
The subject matter was something, and just in terms of mental health as a whole, something that I've always really been passionate about, as long as I think it's talking about it in an honest way and in an interesting way. And in this case, that was really the driving force for me at the beginning when I first got the script.
I really fell in love with Julia Walton's book. I read the novel, and I was just really taken with the character of Adam and his voice, and I felt there was a great opportunity for a new or different kind of representation of this particular mental illness that I hadn't really seen before.
The film takes a unique approach to visualizing Adam's illness for the audience.
I think people, generally speaking, have an idea of schizophrenia specifically that it's this, kind of out of this world mental illness that's just impossible to understand unless you have it. But it's actually really not. And I think if people do take the time to just try, then you can see how really anyone can connect with a lot of what's actually happening.
You have to let people discover all your dark places inside, because those are the people that can show you what's real when you can't see that for yourself.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
So clearly that was not about Tesla. That was words on a bathroom wall. Very serious movie.
Yeah, about schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
So Tesla Will Loper will take a look at that on Monday.
Okay.
So it's not about the car, it's about the astronomer.
Okay.
The inventor.
The inventor. Okay.
What did he invent? I don't know. The light bulb. No. Thomas Edison.
If you could only hear the voices in our heads, my friends. Okay, let's move on, shall we?
From McFarland in New York City to an Emmy nomination.
Michael Bruno goes behind the screens and talks to a McFarland native and her work on The Daily Show. Stay with us.
Wow, is that really me?
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks. I have no wrinkles, no bags, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Plexiderm is a wonderful product. I look at least 10 years younger.
It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. Their reactions are real, and so are the results from using Plexiderm. What's even more amazing is that it takes less than 10 minutes. Now you can watch your under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet visibly disappear for just $14.95 by going to plexidermtrial.com and taking the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
This is really good. This is, I'm gonna fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. At our $14.95 price, it's the best time to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself. So if under-eye bags make you look tired and older, take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge today for only $14.95. Just go to plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
What happens now? Now that the rent's due, but they've cut your pay. Now that the virus has cost lives, but your health care costs too much. Now that our president has had months, but he still doesn't have a plan. What happens now? Joe Biden knows how to lead through a crisis because he's done it before. When our economy was on the verge of collapse, Joe Biden led the largest economic stimulus in a generation and saved millions of jobs. Now Joe Biden is ready to lead us through this crisis. He knows rebuilding our economy starts with fighting the virus, increasing testing, getting more protective gear for healthcare workers, and calling for mask mandates nationwide. As president, he'll get working families back on their feet by lowering healthcare costs and helping small businesses recover. So what happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
In the Diamondback A's game, Oakland hit a foul ball to the left field stands and hit a giant stuffed teddy bear in the head. The bear was socially distancing and appeared to be okay. The A's gave us an update today via Twitter. Here's a picture of the bear. They say, "We're happy to report that T-Bear, despite feeling a little stuffy, has passed concussion protocol and will be ready for tonight's game. His new seat neighbor grabbed a helmet out of his trunk." It's an elephant. As a
I get that.
precaution.
Thank
Got
you.
That's fun.
They should give him some free nachos.
Lots of people have had the dream to move away to the bright lights of New York City and make a name for themselves in the world of TV and film.
A woman from McFarland is doing just that and now has an Emmy nomination to show for it. Our Michael Bruno introduces us to Erin Shannon, who was recently nominated for an Emmy for her work on Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Is it still a joke if no one laughs at it?
On March 12th, that was our very last day in the studio before we were all called to start working from home. And we didn't even at the time necessarily know that we weren't coming back right away. But we had a really great show that day with a lot of different elements. And one of the fun ones was this tribute to the audience. Trevor sang a song thanking all the viewers and audience, which was really fun. And it was a very special show, and I'm glad that we were recognized for it for the Emmy nomination.
And of course, now you're back in Wisconsin, and you're working virtually out of your home, and the show is still currently on the air, correct?
Yeah, we had 1 week after that first week after the pandemics kind of really hit. We had 1 week where we didn't actually put anything on the air, and we were just kind of trying to figure out what to do. And then since then, we've been putting shows on the air, and it's under the Daily Social Distancing Show. And Trevor does everything from inside of his living room. And then everybody else works from home, the producers, the editors. And it took a while for us to figure out how to do it. But we've got it down now, and I'm really, really proud of all of us because we've got a big team. And so to try to figure out the new workflow was a challenge, but I think we've been doing a good job. And I think that the show's been really kind of an important voice at this time.
Just know that I'll be waiting for you to come back to the show, to the ones who stood and the ones who clapped. I'll even give a shout out to the haters who just sat there and never laughed. It's the ones who cheered and the people who love to wave. I'll even miss those ones who seem to get all the jokes too late.
My segment always talks about more of like the acting side and the people who are actually like in front of the camera or on the stage. So do you think this is going to impact how this is going to be dealt with in the future for shows like this?
It probably will. It's definitely changed the nature of making shows and movies across the board and live performances as well. And The Daily Show is kind of a unique hybrid because it is a TV show, a talk show, comedy show that is televised, but there's a live audience. And so we benefit from that. We were nervous about making a show without one, and we've kind of had to change the style of it. It will be interesting to see what happens when we can go back and have an audience, because the audience really, provides that energy and those reactions that makes a show like ours really feel live, and it's fun and interesting and dynamic. But I do think we've learned to be more creative because we have to work without an audience, which could be awkward. But we've done a good job of kind of finding that energy in other ways and using editing and style and writing differently. But I'm sure that we'll all have to reassess how we do things moving forward, especially when it comes to live performances. Not sure how that will look.
Well, best of luck to you, and I hope that you have a bright, shining Emmy. I hope you get back to New York soon.
Thank you very much.
I love you guys.
And Michael joins us now from his home. We're all doing this these days.
Right.
She's
an amazing thing that we all have to do this virtually now. It's so strange that she's actually working on the show, and it's going on the air, 5 days a week, and she's doing all of her editing from her parents' home now. It's kind of crazy.
She's a video editor, not a word editor.
That's correct.
That's amazing. So now at Mom and Dad's.
Yeah. Back home at Mom and Dad's.
Bring back that Emmy to Mom and Dad's house, right? Why not?
Yeah, she worked it out beautifully, because it's better than being stuck in her cramped little apartment in New York. She's got the comfort of being safe here in Wisconsin, and still being able to keep her job. So it kind of is a good situation all the way around.
Yeah, all the late night shows were kind of strained at first, but they all found their footing, and it's working.
You just have to adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we have.
Yes.
All right.
Are we ready?
3, 2, 1. It's
Friday!
So Jim sits down on the floor the whole time?
He does.
He's a trooper. All right, guys, have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.
We'll have a final check. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
We'll play back. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $346 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat? Cool Sculpting. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
The worst president in history's billion-dollar campaign is failing. Trump is behind in the polls, losing in places he should win, and barely holding on everywhere else. It's looking good, right? Wrong. This isn't over. We're fighting against Donald Trump. We know he'll lie, cheat, suppress the vote, stoke racial hate and economic chaos to win. Trump is counting on you to relax, to stop fighting, to think this election is over. It's not over until his enablers are defeated. We can't take anything for granted. Register, volunteer, get your absentee ballot, vote early, stay in this fight. Your vote and your hard work make all the difference, because you know the choice we face, America or Trump. The Lincoln Project is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $273 per month lease on Nissan Sentra.
Saturdays just aren't the same without the market on the square, but this morning we're hearing tips and tricks from one of Dane County's biggest draws, Stella's. When to go, what to buy, we're breaking it all down Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Well, it's a great afternoon as we see a lot of sunshine, and temperatures are cooling down a little bit as we head through this evening. We will be falling down into the 70s around 8 o'clock, 76 degrees, 71 by about 10, and we're dropping down into the lower 60s for tonight. If you are heading out on area lakes tomorrow, 87 will be your high, partly sunny, southwest wind at 5 to 10, maybe a stray storm by Sunday afternoon, but after we get through the weekend, we got the heat in the forecast, 90, hot and humid on Tuesday and Wednesday, and multiple chances of storms by Thursday, Friday, right into the next weekend.
All right, heating up. Aaron, thank you. Monday here on Live Before, we'll have a preview of what we can expect at the Republican National Convention.
And film critic Will Loper will tell us what new movies and TV shows are now streaming.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker.
Heating and Cooling.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. At McGann's, our #1 priority is treating our customers right. We want your shopping experience to be fun and informative so you have all the information you need to make smart choices. We're shoppers too, and we believe in treating our guests like family. We always have and always will. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be so glad you did.
Clean up your lawn and garden the smart way with a DR Chipper Shredder. Reduce leaves, garden cuttings, sticks, and twigs, even big branches, to a fraction of their original volume. Call now or go online to lock in factory direct savings on the full line of DR Chipper Shredders.
Go online to drchipper.com to request your free buyer's guide. DR Chippers are now on sale and free shipping is in effect. Hurry, this offer won't last.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike. When their growing family meant growing expenses, our agents helped make saving on insurance easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
But now Joe Biden's taken a sharp left turn. Buckle up for his $4 trillion tax hike. Biden's plan raises taxes on small business, reversing the recovery. He's pledged to eliminate blue-collar oil and gas jobs. And analysts estimate stocks would crash up to 25% if Biden takes the wheel, crushing your retirement.
This is just bold.
Hit the brakes on Biden. He'll wreck our economy. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
It's time to check in with Lola and Louie and check out the best animal stories of the week.
It's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, swim lessons.
A rare birth.
And that'll leave a mark.
But first, happy birthday, Sing Sing, the giant panda. And what a birthday it is. She is the world's oldest panda in captivity, and she's celebrating her 38th birthday. That's comparable to a human age of about 110 to 140 years old. Many local residents and fans came to the zoo in southwest China to jointly make a big cake out of various fruits and bamboo shoots and leaves. There are less than 30 pandas in captivity over the age of 30. Sing Sing has given birth to 10 baby pandas, and she has 153 descendants who live in more than 20 countries, including the U.S. Despite her great age, zoo officials say she is in great shape. Happy birthday, Sing Sing.
The Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago is celebrating a rare birth. A 13-year-old zebra gave birth to a healthy foal. The gestation period lasts more than a year. The unnamed baby has reddish-brown stripes that will eventually turn black. The newborn started walking 20 minutes after being born, and that is typical for this endangered species, which needs walking and running skills to survive in the wild. Gravy zebras are endangered because of hunting and habitat loss.
Penguin chicks at Chicago's Shed Aquarium have reached a new milestone. After shedding their fuzzy feathers in preparation for their first swim, the chicks waddled into the water for the first time. Since hatching in May, the foursome has been busy reaching new milestones and exploring new spaces by going on field trips around the aquarium. Swimming is one of the final steps for the chicks before they join the rest of the penguin colony already on exhibit.
And finally, check out this fowl committing a foul on this wet cement. The man capturing this hilarious video has raised this duck, named Gerald, since he was a duckling. As they pour cement outside their shop in Kansas, Gerald inspects the handiwork. The group has decided to leave some of the webbed footprints in the final product, like an original piece of art. That it is.